It is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What it do, boo? Y'all, I might have to put my glasses on because I cannot see. But happy Sunday. I'm squinting to see this Instagram, Miss Queen Lady. Happy Sunday. I think this says SM Done. Happy Sunday. Hey, Facebook, Lauren, Joanne, LaRonda, P. Bet. Isn't just like so I'm not home yet. It is. Yes, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. I know we have been MIA for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Y'all know we have been traveling like crazy since I don't even know when we started. February something. Literally every week we have been traveling. If not me and my husband, definitely me. You guys know if you saw our email. I just got back from 8 days away in Jamaica. We had an amazingly intense 8 days in Jamaica. So yes, we're gonna talk about that today. Welcome back. I told you I love Negril. Oh my God. Oh, Hito, Lord Jesus. Yes, I absolutely, positively fell in love with Negril. Like, oh my God. Yes, I fell in love with Negril. Hey, Desiree. It was just something about the vibe. We didn't really get a chance to see the people because we worked. I know some of y'all be like, oh, people be like, you always on vacation. Listen, y'all. If y'all followed me or listen, a lot of times when I'm traveling, it's definitely not vacation. Okay. This last trip to Jamaica was absolutely not a vacation. We had 8 days of work. I visited and inspected, meaning walked through, up, down, around, sideways, 31 resorts. Okay, 31, yes, 31 resorts. Yeah, so it was not working. I had a swimsuit. It didn't even come out my suitcase because we had zero time for all of that, 31 resorts, y'all. I visited, walked through, up, down, and around 31 resorts in 4 regions of Jamaica. So it was not a vacation. We absolutely thought we were going to have a mask tan because, yes, we walked all day, every day. Okay. So first, y'all already know what we got to talk about because I had to catch up because, again, traveling and working, by the time I got back to the hotel, other people that were on this, we call it a fam trip. I told you guys it was called a fam, a familiarization trip for travel agents. By the time we got back to the hotel, I was not interested in being, friendly. I wanted to shower and sit down. I tried to do a little bit of work, but that didn't always work out back at the hotel. But that means I missed a lot of TV and lockdown 3-minute curveball. Oh yeah, there was lockdown for sure in Jamaica. We'll talk about that too. But Married at First Sight. Wasn't nobody gonna message me and tell me that Chris has furthermore lost the rest of the peace of mind that he had. Why y'all didn't tell me? Like, this dude, they might as well just go. This season is just, I don't know what did happen this season. This season is just off the chain. It did a whole lot, and I'm just almost over it. And somebody need to talk to Paige. Somebody needs to lay hands on Paige. And hey, girl, hey. Somebody needs to lay hands on Paige and pray for her because she needs some deliverance from the thirst, because for me, I'm like, girl, now you being thirsty, because listen, this man then treated you like hot garbage. Do you hear me? And you still was trying to be with him, and then he done drug you through all of the dirt and the mud, and you still, girl, no, just be done, okay? And then what's the girl name? Haley? Why she even do this? Like, what was her point even being on the show? Because at this point, there was no point for her to be there. Y'all see, I need to wash my hair. I am definitely getting this stuff cut down or trimmed next week. If you all have been following me, I'm just looking at my hair on Instagram. If you all have been following me, it's only been a year and this stuff is so long, but I'm getting some of this trimmed off next week for sure. But yes, somebody said Chris gives me high blood pressure. Child, listen, this boy is cray. And then Haley, and then what? I knew that Ryan was kind of touched by an angel, but I didn't know what type of angel, but it might be a cray angel, because he a little bit controlling, and I don't really know how I feel about that, because he doing a lot. And so yeah, this whole season, besides Brianna and Vincent, I'm kind of over it. Okay, like I'm kind of over it. And so yeah, what's going on? What's the next season? Oh, I'm gonna pull my hair and it's like all over now. When the next season start, because I'm over this one at this point. Okay. What y'all got? Because y'all, like I said, nobody message me and tell me like, girl, did you see this? So yeah, it was just it's been a whole mess. It's been a whole mess with that whole Married at First Sight this season. And I'm over it at this point. I'm finna go online and just look up like what's finna happen, like, you know, the uncut, and just tell me who's staying together, because I already know it's only gonna be Vincent and Brianna, because the rest of them, like, how? Because definitely Haley and Jacob are finito, like they're done, like, and then Clara and Ryan, no, I said yeah, I don't know, Clara, I don't know, I said Haley and Ryan, but it's Haley and Jacob, and Clara and Ryan, you know, yeah. So let's just get to the next season, because yeah, I'm over it at this point. Okay. I know some of you guys follow me and you are travel professionals. So listen, if you are a travel professional, especially in the Chicagoland area, but we definitely are looking for those. The majority, 90% of the people who have already booked are not in Chicagoland. If you are a travel professional and you are looking to grow your business, make sure you follow us on Travel Success Academy's Facebook page. We are having an amazing summit in August. We are pretty much already sold out. But you still have a few. I think there's only 2 VIP spots still available. You can, again, go to Travel Success Academy on Facebook, find us there, sign up. If you have questions, let me know. But you don't want to miss this. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. What's next? Now we're gonna start talking about this travel stuff. I know everybody is itching to travel. If you are reading any of the trends, if you are looking at, if you're a person like me and you're reading the articles and you're keeping up to date on the travel trends, travel is making a turn, guys. And y'all, please understand that my inbox, email, and text messages have been off the chain with requests. So I absolutely know that people are ready to travel. But we still have to remember we're still in a pandemic. And so there are going to be restrictions still. The first thing I do know is that right now, Mexico, you will be required, I think yesterday started it, you will be required to pay a $10 exit fee now to leave Mexico. So there's a fee. If you've ever been to the Dominican Republic, they charge the fee to enter. So Mexico is charging this $10 per person US to exit. You will be able to do this online before you go, but please keep in mind that there is now a $10 fee to exit Mexico. Okay, so if you're going to Mexico anytime soon, contact a travel professional. Look online on their government website and you can find out more details. If you are traveling with us and or you have booked with us, let us know, reach out, and we will get all the information and details to you. Okay. If we haven't already, but I don't think we have anyone going to Mexico. Everybody's going to Jamaica. Okay. So that is that about Mexico. Greece is opening up for tourism on August. I kind of don't want to go back. I kind of want to come back. Someone said, Greece is opening up for tourism on May 15th. Why are we excited about that? Because we are going in August. So we were on pins and needles since last year about our Greece trip after we had to postpone it to this year. But now Greece opens up on May 15th. If you missed our Greece town hall meeting, you're going with us in August and you missed the meeting on yesterday, please note that this is kind of what we talked about. We talked about the entry protocol. You will either need to have a negative COVID test or be vaccinated. Now, it does not say yet if you are vaccinated, you do not still need to have a COVID test, because that's a possibility. Because right now, most places, even if you have not a COVID test, a COVID vaccine, if you're vaccinated, some places still require that you have a negative COVID test. So we don't know the full details yet. And as you guys know, these things change by the minute. Like air seats, you go on Southwest right now and it's $99, and then you go 5 minutes later, it's $199. That's exactly how this information is. It's so fluid, and as of right now, we don't know if you will be required to have a negative COVID test, even if you have the vaccine. But just know that you will need one or the other to enter Greece. Okay, you will also still need to have your negative COVID test to come home to the U.S., and that is from any international destination. So we are, again, super excited and cannot wait for our tour of Greece. It's going to be dope. 44 African-American women going to Greece in August. Lit. That's all I got to say about that. Lit. We're thinking about offering another one for 2023, not 2022, because if you've been on our website, you already know our 2022 calendar is off the chain. So we can't add it into that one. But 2023, we have been discussing with our vendors the possibility of adding another tour of Greece. Then, yes, Latrice, let's go 8/11. Okay. Our first trip since the pandemic. Y'all, we are so stoked to be heading out with some of our travel sisters. For Memorial Day, we are going to Savannah, Georgia. We have a great itinerary lined up. We are making the final touches on that. Those of you who are going with us, you will receive your itinerary about 30 days before we depart. But I am super stoked about our very first trip since the pandemic with our group. Okay. She says take a few pics for me. Absolutely. We're taking a whole lot of pics, girl. We're trying to get we're lining up our flying dress pictures. Like, we're doing all that. We're gonna be all the way extra since we had to wait an extra year. All the way extra in Greece. Yes. Hey Anaya. Hey Kathy. What we have coming soon. Y'all already know I've just spent 8 days in Jamaica. 2022 in Jamaica is about to be ridiculousness. Okay? Ridiculousness. Okay? Also, our ski trip is coming. We've been working really hard. A lot of vendors, again, because of the pandemic. Y'all, do y'all understand how many times I heard this statement or some variation of it in Jamaica? Due to the pandemic, due to COVID, because of the pandemic, like some form of that. How many times I heard that at 31 resorts in Jamaica? But due to the pandemic and due to the coronavirus, some vendors are still not open. So it's taking us longer to get people to respond. Some places, maybe shut down for a certain time. So it's taking us a little bit longer to get some of these details pinned down. But we are working on it. Okay. Can we get an email thread or group? Those going to Savannah. We will. I will. I'll make a Facebook group, Maisha. I've been waiting on the ski trip. Yes, honey, it's coming. 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 So now let's talk about this Jamaica. Y'all know, like I said, although very intense, it was a great 8 days. Here's what to expect if you're traveling to Jamaica soon. Pre-arrival, you will need to complete a questionnaire on the Jamaica tourist website. Okay, it's about 5 days before you travel. They have to approve you to come to their country, right? So you have to fill out this whole questionnaire, and they tell you whether you have to be quarantined and all that kind of stuff before, and you have to have a negative COVID test for entry 3 days before. Now, there is a difference between 3 days and then like going to Dubai is 72 hours. So 3 days, it can be 3 days. You can take it at 12:01 a.m. 3 days before you leave. It doesn't have to be 72 hours before your flight. Okay. And you can take the antigen test. I know a lot of CVS pharmacies allow you to take the antigen test. They have it for free. And sometimes it only takes a few minutes to get the results back, 20, 30 minutes or something like that. I took an antigen test, and then I took the other PCR. So I did both of them for this particular trip. So you have to have that for entry. Another thing that I strongly suggest before your entry into Jamaica is Club Mo Bay arrival services. What's Club Mo Bay? Club Mo Bay is like a skip the line, right? It'll take you around the long line. Although when we went, there was no long line, but there was a line. But we had to wait on no one. We got, higher privileges in the lines of people that were in line. We were able to skip past those people because we had Club Mo Bay arrival service. With travel picking up, I promise you, the extra, I think it's $90 round trip to have Club Mo Bay service is worth every penny. Do not get caught in that wrapped around customs line in Jamaica for $90. I'm telling you, you're going to not like yourself if you do not get Club Mo Bay. Just know that it will be included in our 2022 Jamaica trip. Everybody getting it. We ain't standing in line, sis. Period. Pooh. Okay. So that is entry. In destination. So let's talk about when you arrive into Jamaica. Before this trip, I had really only been to Ocho Rios by cruise ship and only for a short period of time, and Montego Bay. Okay. This particular time, we went to 4 different regions. We went to, of course, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, South Coast, Okay, Facebook, we back. We back. Okay. So the Minister of Health there's a curfew right now. So it's different every day. Like Sundays, a lot of businesses outside of the resorts are closed. Okay. Are like completely closed. Some days they don't open until 12 or they close at 12, but everything closes pretty much at 8 every day. That's one thing. And then another thing is like nightclubs and things are not open. We would always go to Pier 1. Pier 1 is closed. I already know I need extra day in Jamaica. My feelings was hurt getting on that. I know, Miko. I know. But right now things are closed. They said what region. I froze when I talked about the regions. I went to Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, South Coast, and Negril. Okay, I know Yvette. I got back on. It's Facebook is back up. So those are the four regions. And like I said, things are closing early. And then let's talk about the resorts. So let's just say a resort that normally has 10 restaurants on site, right? A lot of them are condensing that to maybe 3. And they may offer 2 restaurant options in one restaurant. But the majority of them are basing the amount of restaurants that they open per day on the amount of people that are at the resort. Okay. So right now, the entire island, which even though they said the entire island, we got different answers at 31 resorts, but okay. The entire island is only allowed to book to 70% of their capacity. While we were there, the majority of the resorts that we visited were at about a 28 to 30% capacity of that 70, right? I think we went to 2. One was at 50 and one was at 82%. So they have more options available because they have more people on resort. But the hotels that were at like a 20 or 25%, they had much fewer options as far as food is concerned. Okay. Our tour guide, which is also our BDM, business development manager for the Jamaica Tourist Board, he is our liaison between Jamaica and us, right? So he is the one who took us on these tours, and he explained to us because we were a little bit confused. We stayed at 3 different resorts. The first resort we stayed at for 2 nights was Jewel Cove, cozy, smaller resort. The second one was Jewel Grand, really huge, really nice, really grand. And then the third one was the Grand Palladium Lady Hamilton. We'll talk about that in a second. So how he explained to us about maintenance and upkeep. Okay. Maintenance and upkeep for each room booked, there's a certain amount of money allocated for maintenance and upkeep. So if you can imagine these places being closed for so long, there was no money for maintenance and upkeep. And sometimes that showed. Okay. I'm hoping that now that things are opening back up and people are traveling more, that things will get a lot better. But some of the resorts really showed that they have been closed from like March until October and November, and that their capacities have been very low. A few of them told us that they opened back up in maybe October, November, December. And their capacity was at like 10%, sometimes 5%, up to now they're growing to 20 and 30%. So they're building, but before now, it's been very low, which means that maintenance and upkeep budget was low. So if you are traveling to Jamaica, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that if you go to a resort that you were just really in love with 2 years ago, pre-COVID, and everything was great. Now you may arrive and there may be chip paint. There may be, lawn maintenance that's not, what you're used to, and those type of things. Okay. There may be services that that you may not get because they're not at full staff right now. A lot of places, again, a lot of resorts, if they had several swim up bars that's on site, maybe one or all of them are not open right now because of the pandemic. Your favorite restaurant on resort may not be open because of the pandemic. So keep those things in mind and just know that the more that we travel to these destinations, the more that they will be able to get back to the standard that we're used to. Now, we did visit one spot, and we had a dedicated driver for the week, and it's certain things that I just don't do. And so the group, they were going to the Pelican Bar. And so we had to drive to like a place where they take, if you don't know what the Pelican Bar is, it is a bar that is like 2.5 miles out into the ocean. Okay. So you have to take a boat to this bar. I wasn't interested. I stayed back with the driver and 3 other people. And there was like a bar. The company who has the boat that has to take you out there, they own this bar, when you arrive. Y'all, the bar was horrible. It was, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. And I had to have a discussion with our driver, and I told him, I said, listen, I understand that we're not in the US, and us Americans can be kind of bourgeois a little bit because we're used to a certain type of, we have a certain standard, And so I said, but listen, they have to know this. You're a business owner. And as we were sitting there, our driver made sure he had alcohol. So he sprayed every time, that kind of thing. He sprayed the chairs down. He sprayed the counters down where we were. I bought nothing. When I say nothing, I mean, I bought nothing. I sat with my hands folded for the entire hour and a half that we were there because it was a no for me. With my mask on, I probably never took my mask. I didn't take my mask off very much the whole time unless I was in my room or eating, or eating. But what I was explaining to him is that, him being a person who offers these tours and takes people to these places, he needs to have a discussion with them about a certain level of care that they have to take. Y'all, first, as my grandson would say, first of all, we get there was probably 10 or more dogs on the property, like just roaming around, just doing whatever, right? The bar area was no way, no how, and no capacity clean. Like it probably had not been cleaned ever. If you've ever watched Sanford and Son and you know how they had junk in their yard, there was the bar and there were like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 residents around the bar where the people who worked and or owned this place lived. So 4 residences. There were broken down cars, broken down boats, bricks, old barbecue grills. The dogs were under, like most were on bricks, and then they were like literally fishing in the ocean. They had red snapper. They were fishing in the ocean. Like, do y'all want some fish? Let me tell you, don't ask me, do I want nothing but to go? Because that's all I want to do is leave right now. Okay. But I was just explaining to him, like, and then you passing out cards saying, I can't think something seafood bar and grill. Bro, I ain't never in the history of life bringing None of my clients here. So let me just tell y'all this. If you want to go to Pelican Bar, you will not find it on a ladies and luggage itinerary, because I know how we have to get to that boat. And y'all ain't never, ever finna be like, do you know what she took us to and how we had to get there? Never in life. So if you want to go there, you booking that on your own, sis. It won't be on our itinerary. No way, no how. No. Yeah, that's not. Listen, y'all, it will not be on a ladies and luggage itinerary. Period. And then there was a kid there, okay, and he had like dominoes, and then our driver was like, "You want to play dominoes?" I'm like, "Do I gotta touch the dominoes? Because if I do, it's a no for me." So I'm just explaining to him, like, they have to understand. I don't know what everybody else do, but my clients ain't coming here. I don't care how many fish, lobster, shrimp, octopus, or what y'all get out that water. We're not coming here, sir. We're not gonna be able to do it. Because this is a mess. And y'all need to clean up. And this is still COVID. Like, if this looked like this during COVID, what in the hee-haw did it look like pre-COVID? Because if y'all like, if this is supposed to be like a little clean, ooh, child, listen, like, P-back. At least 10 dogs I saw. And I'm allergic to dogs. And so our driver kept the dogs away from us. But at every entry point, like the dogs, and this is an outside, thing. It wasn't like indoors. The dogs were like sleeping right at the doorway, underneath the broken down boats. Like, it was just a lot. Okay. It was a lot. And yeah. And on top of that, just driving through the different neighborhoods. One of the, while we were there also, there was an announcement from the Minister of Health that was saying that because their numbers have begun to spike again, if their numbers did not begin to decrease, that within 3 weeks, they were going to shut them down again. So I asked one of the hotel reps, I was like, so do you guys think it's the tourists that are bringing in, the virus? Or do you think it's the locals? We're talking about Jamaica. And she was like, well, I really don't know. But as we were driving through the different regions, I clearly know it's the locals. Because now nobody wore a mask. Like the places that you went to where people were at work, yes. But if you were just driving through the neighborhoods, like we drove through a neighborhood and we saw a barber shop, the barber nor the customer had on mask. Different grocery stores and different shops and stuff in the neighborhoods, they were not wearing masks. So it's not us, y'all. It's y'all people that are making these numbers rise because y'all continue to spread the virus amongst each other. Okay? So it ain't us, it's y'all, boo. So just know, keep an eye out, because like I said, while we were there, that was the announcement. Like, if the numbers do not begin to decrease, that they were, talking about shutting Jamaica down again. And as we all know, tourism is probably their, if not only, source of income, of revenue, because, we go there every year. Okay. So, but just keep in mind, if you're going, that these are things that you have to think about. Not that there's like, oh my God, I'm not going. You just have to prepare yourself. Okay. Prepare yourself for your favorite resort, not to be, the 5-star that you're used to. Now there were some 5 stars that were immaculate, and we'll get on those in 1 second. But there were some that was like, because let me tell y'all, Lady Hamilton, I took a group there in 2019. We had a great time. I know my crew, We ain't super 5-star luxury bougie. We bougie-ish. Okay, we bougie-ish. You know, we can do some, 4, depending on where we going. We need a 5. We need a 5-star in Dubai, because we got to be real cute, there. But they like at a 2 right now at the Lady Hamilton. They put us in one building. Y'all know none of these buildings have elevators. If it's 3 stories or lower, okay, 3 stories or lower, ain't no elevator. Period, poo. Nowhere. So we walking up and down these stairs, and so now I'm in the building. I'm on the 3rd floor. You done put me on the 3rd floor. Now I've been walking for 8 whole days. 8 whole days. And y'all put me on the 3rd floor on the last 3 nights of the trip. Okay. And the hallways look like Parkway Gardens or something. I was like, what's happening? They put the little stickers on the door that they've been sanitized, but when people take it off, they don't take that, the sticky paper off. So the last person's sticky paper thingy is still up there. And then, they've taken away pretty much everyone, like ice, the ice machines and things like that. So where the ice machines were in the buildings, it's just like this old, bootleg little hole where it was at. The maintenance door where it was a lot. And I'm like, y'all need to get it together, because I ain't sending my people here. We going straight luxury next year. I'm telling y'all right now, because I don't know how long it's going to be before they get it together. So y'all get ready, because it ain't finna be the price it was in 2019. And even if we were going to those places, please note, these places are raising their prices because they need to make revenue for that whole time that they were closed. So it ain't gonna be as cheap as it used to be to go to Jamaica. Because I know some people, when we went in 2019, like, oh, I went to Jamaica in 2004 for $400. First of all, that was in 2004. Okay, we ain't paying $900. We ain't paying $1,000. Like, Jamaica is they trying to come back with a vengeance. So know that too. And we getting real bougie for 2022. So get ready for the real bougie prices. And that's how we rolling. Cause after my visit, we going bougie. That's all I gotta say. They had you in the listen, Miko, cause baby, I'm like, whoo, what is this and why? Now, the Jewel Grand was really nice. But their food options were, scarce. They were not at capacity, so they had limited options on food, but the room was amazing. Now, there was I did have an issue there because, y'all, I peep everything, right? So when you go into a door, the door is supposed to go in, right? Because that means that the hinges are inside. If the door comes out to you, that means the hinges are outside, and somebody can just pop those hinges and can be inside the room with you. Well, I have my little contraption to put under the door so no one can come in the room, even if they have a master key. Well, at the Grand, their doors come out. So who didn't sleep for 2 nights? Me? Cause what? Why are my hinges outside where anybody can see them? I'm just trying to find out. And when the girl who gave us the tour, she was like, I never thought of that. And then the rest of the agents in the group was like, thanks, Dacia. Now I'm about to be up all night. I'm just asking because I didn't sleep last night because I'm trying to figure out whose idea was it to make this door where it comes out. That ain't how doors go, boo. They go in. The hinges don't go outside. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. And so, yeah, the room was amazing. Immaculate. The views were off the chain, but that door hinge on that outside made me feel some type of way. Okay. Don't tell me that I have a group going to Lady Hamilton on the 8th of who? April? Child, listen. Whew. Now, I will say, they showed us the new updated rooms on the Jamaica side. And they might be nicer than the Lady Hamilton side. But ma'am, yeah. Phew, I don't know. I'm just saying. Post the thing you have for the door. Oh, I will. Okay, yeah, because I definitely but see, I couldn't even use that at the hotel with the hinges on the outside. Because they can just there's no I just didn't go to sleep. But baby, listen, yeah, I asked her about that and she was dumbfounded. And then everybody else looking at me like, I didn't even think about that. They, ma'am, that door hinge was outside. Okay. I never noticed that. Tanisha, yes, the door is supposed to go in, not out. Okay. So let's see. That's in destination. Out and about. We kind of talked about out and about that clubs are closed. Entertainment on resorts, they did happen. Like there was entertainment at the Grand. There was entertainment at all three that we stayed at while we were there. And they were up until maybe all three maybe until midnight. After that, I think the Palladium may have closed. They were done at maybe like 10. I don't think I heard anything after 10 p.m. at the Palladium. Okay. But the two Jewel, they are part of the Playa, like Hyatt Ziva, Hyatt Zalera. They're all in the same brand. They were until like midnight. But at the Palladium, I think it was over at like 10 o'clock. Pretty much, there was only 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 restaurants open at the Palladium. You have the one buffet, they have 2. One buffet is open. And then the upstairs, and they're all on the upper level. Nothing on the downstairs level. And then the coffee shop is open. So I think it was 1, 2, 3, like 4 total restaurants open at the Grand. Now the Japanese food, Asian food was really good. You have to start looking at, listen, y'all listen, I pay attention to everything because this was the time I've traveled, especially I was by myself. My husband was not with me. So I was alone. So I definitely needed my door lock, my door lock thingy. And I had to pay attention. And so the one night, our last night at the Jewel Grand with the hinges on the outside, for whatever reason, there was like rolling blackouts. And the lights just kept going out. And it was our last night there. And let me tell y'all something. When they have agents come on, to resort, they try everything. They like roll out the red carpet and like, we don't need all that because we tired. Like, especially with this particular fam, y'all, when I say tired, I mean tired. And they had a party the first night. They didn't want to have a party. Second night, we was like, no. But, we couldn't be rude. So we went to the party and they were trying to give us these gift bags. And that was one of the ones that had the coffee that I left there. Cause anyway, well, they brought my gift bag and 2 other people's gift bag to the dinner table because they said that my door wouldn't open. And I'm like, why wouldn't my door open? It was open. It was fine when I left my room. So when I went back upstairs, my door opened fine. Well, now it's pitch black dark. I'm on the phone with my husband. Like it's like straight up blackout the entire 3 buildings, 3 towers in the resort, right? And so now it's pitch black. I've been in my room for an hour. Now it's pitch black dark. And y'all at the door talking about, they said your door not working and it won't work. Get away, shoe fly, because I will bust your ish and throw you over this balcony. My door fine. I can get out of here. I'm checking out in the morning. Y'all could check it tomorrow for the next person. But all that don't work tonight, it won't work because you ain't getting up in here. Okay? Go on, I get. But yeah. What is next? Now you have to start looking at stuff. I love Lady Hamilton. I'm sad. I don't see your name. You didn't allow them to put your name. Whoever said that. I love Lady Hamilton. I'm sad. I can't see whose name that is. Shanteria, is that you? Returning home. We already kind of talked about that too. We talked about how you will, it's for Shay. Hey, cousin. You will have to get a COVID test to come home. Okay. We already know that. Some resorts offer it for free. Most of them require that you stay 3 or more nights. If you are staying at a Playa, Hyatt Zilara, Hyatt Ziva, Jewel Grand, Jewel Cove, you're staying at one of those brands. It's 3 nights or more, and then they charge you like $49.99, all that kind of stuff. They couldn't really answer my question about if you have travel insurance. Most of them have a section where if you test positive or you will stay on the resort. It don't make sense to me that you don't stay in the same room that you're already in. Some resorts do, some don't. You need to check that before you leave. Do you have to get tested if you have your vaccine card? Yes, you do. As of right now, the majority of places, even if you are vaccinated, you still have to have a negative COVID test. Okay. But again, things change on a regular. But because listen, guys, I've been following, and a lot of places, including the CDC, on the low. Y'all, this shirt thing is distracting me. That the vaccine is just like a flu shot, and so we'll have to get it again because it's not it won't last forever. So yeah, as of right now, you still have to have a negative COVID test because you can still get COVID with the vaccine. Now that I know everyone should know. You can still get COVID with the vaccine. Okay. So now let's talk about our 2022 trip. And as y'all see now, why we going luxury, and why I absolutely love Negril now. Why it's my new boo. Again, we visited Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, the South Coast, which is it's Bougieville, okay, and Negril. So we've always stayed in Montego Bay not because it's close to the airport, because technically the Lady Hamilton is an hour away from the airport. So that's not really close. But because that was just comfortable, okay? I've heard people always talk about Negril, but going to Negril this time, it is definitely my favorite now. There is so much to do. I always had an issue with Jamaica, period, because when you leave your resort, it's nothingness. Like, it's grass and huts across the street. There's some spots in Cancun, like if you stay on Hotel Zone, you can go out, you have shops, you have the malls, you have all of that in Cancun, and there was really not a place like that in Jamaica. Well, Negril kind of has that. They're on the west end mostly. You can leave off the resort. You have restaurants, you have Rick's Cafe, you have bars, you have shopping. There seem to be people having a great time. Although Pier 1 is closed, Rick's Cafe was open. People were there. They had on their masks. They were jumping off the cliff. There was a DJ. There were dancers. When we left, there were droves of people coming in. Now, I started getting anxiety about that kind of stuff. Like, I can't have a whole lot of people. Like, it can't be like a whole big old crowd of people. Like, I start feeling some type of way. But there were droves of people coming in. And so, and then the beaches are beautiful. A lot of the rooms in Negril at the hotels have great views because you're right there, on the beach. And so yes, I loved it. And another thing I fell in love with is they're called EPs, European Plan hotels. So I never even thought about it because we go to places like Mexico and the Caribbean, you think automatically all inclusive, right? The most amazing hotels, resorts that I saw in Jamaica during these 8 days were all European Plan. Okay. Every last one of them was not an all-inclusive, and they were off the chain. The first one it's called Jamaica Inn. It's a really cute, small, boutique, quaint hotel in Montego Bay. amazing. It's like a 60-year-old hotel. It's really, really cute. The next one was Half Moon, which is Black owned. Now that is a massive resort. It's on like 60 acres. It has everything you can think of, including villas that the likes of Will Smith and Snoop Dogg and all these celebrities have stayed on. EP is European plan, so it's not an all inclusive. All these people have stayed in these villas that come with a chef, a butler, and a maid. Then there was Round Hill. That one was in the South Coast. And then there was Our Beauty in Negril. It's called The Cliff. When you get a moment, okay? When you get a moment, go and Google The Cliff. Although it's EP, we are going to make it kind of all-inclusive, okay? All of our meals will be included, but it is a European plan and meals are not typically included, but it is a very small hotel. It's female-owned, not Black, but female-owned, and there are only 40, not rooms, but beds, 43 beds on the resort. We are booking all 43. So we will have the entire resort to ourselves. We will have a hospitality suite where we can go in at any time. We're going to bring games. We're going to have game room. We can go in and play games, sit down, chill. You know, they have a TV in there, have that time. We're going to have our resident DJ with us. We'll have all of our events on the resort. The entire resort will be to our disposal. It's amazing. I'm telling y'all, and like I said, it's can I pay my deposit today? It's not gonna be the Lady Hamilton experience. It is bougie. There are 2 villas that are available. One is a 5-bedroom villa, one is a 4-bedroom villa. If you have 4 girls and you want to do the whole 5-bedroom villa for you and your girls, that one is closest to the ocean. It's on a cliff. So, y'all, it has a natural pool. It has a regular pool. You can still get in the ocean. It's off the freaking chain, and we taking over the whole resort. Point blank and the period. Again, I'm telling y'all now, we booking early because this ain't a Lady Hamilton trip, so we ain't getting a Lady Hamilton price. We all coming together. Well, we probably won't be able to all come together, but we will have private transfers. We will all have Club Mobe, and the resort is ours. You go out to the pool, you know the person next to you is with us. Ain't no kids. It's going to be off the chain. Point blank in the period. It's in the grill. We'll have days where we'll have dinners out, but the entire resort is going to be ours. We're doing a complete buyout. Man, listen here. I walked through the hotel resort like I was speechless the entire freaking time. Like I was speechless. The entire hour and a half that we were there touring, I was speechless. Absolutely speechless. Our guy, our BDM was like, I was like, I'm not talking to you because, sir, you played me and you ain't tell me this was coming. And I'm telling y'all, freaking speechless. This place was immaculate. It is well kept. It is so girly because, again, it's female owned. It has won awards the last 3 years as one of the best resorts in Jamaica. It's a boutique hotel. It's stupid sick, and it's going to be all ours. Like, what else, y'all? Because we ain't going to Lady Hamilton because I can't even do it. Like, we're not compromising for the price. We not. 43 beds. We doing it, y'all. It's coming soon. I'm trying to change it because we were going to stay at a different resort. And but when I went here, I can't even do it. So now I have to change some emails. I have to do some different copy. So I'm gonna have, it was supposed to roll out this week, but I need another week to get all of the new stuff together. But baby, listen here. I'm telling y'all, Google it when you get off. The Cliff Hotel Negril. Whew, y'all. What is the name of the hotel? Oh, it's called the Cliff Hotel Negril. Y'all, it's sick. It is absolutely sick. Let's say, for instance, you want to book one of the rooms in the 4-bedroom villa. And you like, well, I really don't know them. Although we do roommate matching. Each of those 4 bedrooms has a king bed. There's a common area. Oh, and each balcony has its own hammock. Anyway, so, you have a common area with a living room, a veranda, all of that. But each room has its own entry key. So your room, your own bathroom, all inside of this beautifulness. Just the 5-bedroom is like y'all, it's sick. We'll have all of our meals there. We may do one meal off site. There's like 2 different restaurants. We're walking distance. We're probably about 6 doors down from Rick's Cafe. All of the shops. There's a really nice restaurant that our tour guide, again, he was born and raised in Jamaica. He really didn't talk about restaurants and bars that he really liked until we got to Negril. They're right within distance of our resort. Y'all, I'm putting this deposit down next week. We doing this, y'all. Let's get it. All 43 beds. Again, that's not rooms. So there will be, there's 10. There's 14 rooms that'll have 2 beds. And then if you want to come and you want to just have your own single room, the rest of the rooms are single bedded. There will be 14 rooms that have 2 beds, and then the rest have kings. So you'll be able to be in your own room. It's just gonna be super. Period. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Alicia, that hotel took me in. I just like, whoa, Erica, yes, it's beautiful. And just going there and seeing it with my own eyes and not just the pictures online do it no justice. That natural pool was, because I'm allergic to chlorine. So I can get in the natural pool because there is no chlorine. But the hotel pool, I can't. It has everything, Miko, like everything. It's sick. It is so sick. Oh my God. It's sick. It's ridiculous. It's right up our alley, Miko. It's right up that Aries alley, ma'am. It's ridiculous. You guys have questions about anything I talked about tonight? If you're on your way to Jamaica and you have questions, again, I have seen the insides and outsides and grass and flowers of 31 resorts. Do you have the dates? The dates are July 8th, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8 through 12. 5 days, 4 nights. Yep. Plus a few more dollars. Okay. Did you do yes, I did. That was one of the better, the Eagle Star, that was one of the better resorts. It's still well put together. It's nice. Again, fewer restaurants are open right now. But it was one of the better looking ones right now. Let me tell y'all, I know a lot of people like the Ryu. I saw 4 Ryus. They look like the prison to me. It's just like gray concrete. Like, bro, y'all couldn't use no bricks or nothing. It's just like this just big gray slabs of concrete. Now there is the Coral Spring Ocean Course. Oh, I got the book right here. The Ocean Coral Springs was another one that's brand new. Brand new. That one was really nice too. But listen, when I saw this one, it was just like whatever. I did see, like I said, the Rio for me, it's just like a whole big old concrete slab, and it didn't do nothing for me. It's just basic. Like the Iberostar is nice. The Royalton Blue Water, not White Sands. People, hear me and hear me well. Not the White Sands. Royalton Blue Water. Okay? Royalton Blue Water is nice. Okay? Royalton Blue Water. The Ocean Coral Spring. Moon Palace, Ocho Rios is nice. I did check them out too, but they were not available for our dates. And then the dates that they wanted to give me the week after. And then for what we would get there, we were only $100 less than what we would get at the Cliff. And I was like, I'm not compromising that for $100. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Not for $100. No. Now, if it was $200-$300, maybe $100 cheaper to be on resort with other people compared to $100 more and have our own resort. Nope, we getting our own resort. It's gonna be just us. Like, we can have music all the time. We can have DJ Red playing. We can just be doing whatever. Don't have to worry about being quiet and doing, not that we're loud. Y'all know how we roll. If you've traveled with us before, but we can be able to do our own thing. Pool party, we ain't got to worry about nobody else in the pool but us. The settings where they have on the cliffs, the seating that they have there, the sunset, we were there for the sunset. Sick. You already know if you've heard Negril has the best sunsets in Jamaica. So like you can literally sit on the cliffs in these white on these white couches and watch the sunset. We ain't giving that up for $100, sis. We ain't giving that up for $100. No. Crystal, did you go look at it? Yes, ma'am. Any questions? Any questions? I'm so geeked about being able to start traveling with you guys again. We are crossing fingers, toes, eyes, legs, arms, everything for our Paris trip in June. Janice, just pray, child, pray that we'll be there. Rashay, we really, honestly, being at this resort, we don't need no yacht party. We did the yacht party, so we don't need one. Like, we buy everything. Like, we don't need one. White party on the resort. Pool party on the resort. They want to get in the ocean like they did in Negril. We're like I said, about 6 doors down from Rick's Cafe. We don't need the yacht party. Like, the resort is sick. Hey, Rhonda, let me know. I have to watch the replay. Who is that? I can't see your name. Yes, looking at it now, Crystal. It's sick, child. It's sick. Whew. Any questions? That's your signature thing, though. It is our signature thing. But I'm also thinking about, I know it's next year, but I'm still thinking about COVID. And, even though it's kind of sort of outside, we're kind of sort of together. My anxiety. Yeah. Like for our Greece trip, I know it's in August, and a lot of people are like, oh, you can have your you have your vaccine, they don't have to, mask and things like that. Or some people feel like they don't have to. Or they say, oh, hey, Denslow. Or they say, you don't have to wear mask and things like that. We wear mask. Okay? We are wearing mask. I don't care what the CDC say. We wearing mask because we got to get back home. And that was my other thing being there too. Like, the ladies were on the bus with us. We had 2 guys with us. And yes, you had to test negative to get there, right? And then, so we all knew that we were all negative when we arrived. But we on this bus and they taking their mask off talking. I'm sitting on the bus with my mask on. And they're like, you can take your mask off. No, I can't. But we all tested it. We went. And everywhere we went, they listen. First, someone called me a snob. Someone called me snooty. And someone called me bougie. Look at my face. I look like I care. Nope. Every time we had to stop, I literally was like face to the wall, like I was in timeout. Every time, like I'll be in the corner with my face in the wall. Like we get on the elevator, face to the wall, like your mama said, go to the corner. Every stop, I had my face to the wall. Don't crowd up. Don't do up to the wall. They was like, you stay in timeout. Because I'm going home Sunday. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm going to the house. Let me get to this wall. The tour guide was like, they said it was like the most, the safest one on this trip. Because let me tell y'all, we eating dinner, eat some, mask back on. You talking to me at dinner? My mask is on. If you can't hear me, we ain't going to be able to talk. Because I'm not taking my mask off. No. I'm staying masked up, period. No, you won't get me stuck over there. I'm going to the house on Sunday. No, mask on. They was like, we all testing it. And then like we're on the bus. Each one of us has our own row. But y'all like, one person in front of me and you talk. My mask stayed on all the time. What were we talking about? It's called the Cliff Hotel Negril. Just look it up, Misha. I'm telling you ain't going to miss that one. The Cliff Hotel Negril. Right, parents, like I ain't playing with y'all. I'm going home Sunday. I'm on the wall. They like, you keep putting yourself in timeout. Yep, that's fine. I'm not taking this mask off. Now, if I had to take it down for a minute to breathe, you better believe I was away from the group. I will stop back, behind them or get in front of them and take it down for a second. But we together, mask on. Won't catch me slipping. At all. Any other questions? Y'all, I'm excited about this Jamaica trip. I am excited. Super, super excited. So what was it about Lady Hamilton was so bad? Like I said, the upkeep and maintenance is not to where it was when I was there in 2019. Again, I understand that they were closed from March through November or December. And I understand that they have to get back to a certain level of, capacity to start receiving the monies to get to where they were. But I just feel like you need to take that into consideration and either keep those areas closed until you can get, I don't know, because just like think about this. If you've ever been to Lady Hamilton and you know the buildings, when you come inside of the courtyard, they have the water feature in the middle and it has the little spraying thing. Okay, right? Well, our building had the water feature, but wasn't nothing spraying up and it was like trash up in there. And again, I'm on the third floor. And as I'm walking up to the third floor, each level where the housekeeping keeps their supplies, I'm like, this looked like something off a New Jack, like a door on a movie in New Jack City. Like, I didn't understand like why it looked like it was like half open. It had stickers on the door, and then other doors had stickers where past guests had, opened the door from the little thing that they put on there, the clean sticker, sanitizing sticker, and they just put another one on there on another spot, and they didn't clean that sticker, tape off of there. Yes, the doors are wood, but y'all need to figure out something like you're going to have a whole freaking door frame of sticker paper. Like that it just looked like the projects. Okay. I was trying not to say that word. That's what it looked like. And so our BDM from Palladium was there with us on the last few days. He hosted us, so he came. And so, after every hotel, we had a, transparent moment on the bus, pros and cons. And so he was like, what's the pros and cons? I know that he's on the bus, but we keeping it real. And it was like, this straight hood. One of the guys that was with us, he said, I feel dirty. I feel dirty sleeping here. Like, I don't understand why I feel dirty, but I feel dirty. And like, I would never, ever book a client here. I mean, he's a millennial, so I kind of understand, they have a different mentality when it comes to travel, but his exact words were, I feel dirty. And I was like, well. And our BDM, he couldn't say anything. And then we went to, when we got to the cliff, and me and it was two guys, the older guy, like we were in awe. We were, speechless. And then someone goes, how does this compare to Lady Hamilton? And we were just like, that's not even a real question, bro. Like, there's no reason that you should even be asking anything like this. That's not no, we're not going to even answer that. But someone absolutely said, I feel dirty. Listen. We was just like, well, but again, I understand the circumstances. But I also want them to understand that they got to do better. I get it. Numbers are low, but it was. I really enjoyed Lady Hamilton when we were there. Yeah, I did too. Then we went to one of the restaurants the first night we were there. Listen, we got up and left. That's how horrible the food was. Like, I couldn't even eat no more. Like, I was just devastated. Now, the Asian, we had the second night, the third night. The third night was good. But that first night, I was like, I could have had several V8s because that was horrible. It was horrible. Oh my God. It was horrible. Like, I don't even know what that was. Like, we asked for some guacamole. I literally almost puked. It was, I don't even know. I don't know what it was. So, Rhonda, I'm just telling you to let your clients know, what to expect, and, and make it what it is. Like, the beaches are still there. The dancers were still there working. Just make the best of it because they're not where they were pre-COVID. They're just not. And then, like I said, they're not the only ones. But as far as, us actually staying on resort, we got a better view instead of just walking through. So yeah, they're definitely not, and I'll stay there personally too. So there was definitely a decline, and they definitely need to get it together. Now the COVID testing was really seamless. Like, it's on the Jamaica side. You go in, it's put together. You fill out the paperwork when you check in. And they schedule you when you check in for your COVID test, and then you go at your appointed time and day. You're in and out. They email you the test results, and they put the actual printed results underneath your door. So, that was the positive. Was the band still doing their thing? The live entertainment was, they did, but they cut off at around 9. They were done at around 9. Some resorts charge, some don't. Most of them require that you're going to stay at least 3 nights for it to be free. But some places in Jamaica do charge, and I've seen it being as much as $200. So it just really depends on who. Were the drinks good? I'm not a big drinker. Let me think. Did I even have anything to drink there? No, I didn't. I didn't drink anything while I was there besides water. I didn't drink anything there. No, but I'm not a drinker. So, even if it, a different time, it would be the same response. I'm not a drinker. So yeah, I didn't drink anything but water there. Because listen, again, being an agent, like everywhere you go, if you're on a fam, if they know that you're an agent, every time they saw us, they were trying to give us drinks. I'm like, can we get some water? We've been walking for 8 hours, ma'am. I do not want an alcoholic beverage at all. So yeah, I wasn't drinking. It was too hot, and we was walking too much to be drinking alcohol. But I'm telling you guys, do not go anywhere more than 100 miles from your address without travel insurance. I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not, especially international. Do not travel without travel insurance. I've had 3 people in the last week to book with me, and they say, I really don't need it. And I'm like, if you get to Jamaica and something, God forbid, you contract the virus, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, even if you didn't get it before and you were fine and whatever, travel insurance, I've seen it cost as little as $40, as much as maybe $100 or more, depending on where you're going and how much your trip costs. It is well worth $100 to know that you are covered if something happens. Okay, so I'm telling y'all, do not go anywhere without travel insurance. So if you test COVID, will they give you a discount if you have to stay and pay for it? So most resorts, if you have travel insurance, I ain't gonna say most resorts, if you have travel insurance, your travel insurance policy will cover your quarantine period there, whether it be 10, 14 days or whatever. If you become sick enough and you have to be hospitalized, that'll be covered. Changing of your flight, the cost of that. I know the company that we suggest, they have a concierge that you can call, and they handle all of that. They'll change your flight. They'll make sure you get tested. Like, all of those things are covered in travel insurance policy. If you don't have travel insurance, first, number one is they could take your passport until you pay them $8. That's number one and most important. Number two, you go into the public hospital. And they still gonna take your passport until you can pay them their money, and they can do that. And if they let you go without paying them and they like just get out, right? You can't never come back unless you paying them. So listen, I don't leave my house without travel insurance policy. Nowhere. Yes, they can take your passport. It's just like you coming here stealing services. No, just get the policy. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny. And even if something happens before you depart, now you cannot cancel a trip because you're afraid of COVID, right? But let's just say again, something happens before you leave and you get the virus. If you have travel insurance, you can now put this down as a qualifying reason to get your monies back, and you don't lose your money. You didn't spend $4,000, for two people to go to Jamaica, and somebody get COVID, and now y'all can't go, and so you didn't just lost your money. No, if you have travel insurance, you can be covered. I'm telling y'all, it's worth the little bit of money that it costs compared to what you can lose if you do not have it. Y'all know I preach like a Baptist preacher about travel insurance. I just don't hoop. Y'all know, get the policy. It is so worth it. My parents have used it and got every bit of their dollars back because their issue was qualified under the policy. Over $3,000. They got every penny back. Pre-trip, not while we were traveling. This was before we traveled, going to Jamaica. They got every penny back. Yes, the Reverend LaRonda, because listen, I ain't going to know. My daughter is going to Jamaica in May. I'm like, I don't care what your friend's doing. You not leaving here without no insurance. It cost her $70. You not leaving. You got kids. So if something happens to you, who's supposed to pay? Me and your daddy? You lied. You better get a doggone travel insurance policy. Like, if something happens to you, like what we got to pay for you to get back home. Like literally, I've seen where people have to do GoFundMe in order to pay the hospitals and things in Mexico or Jamaica so they can get their passports back. No, it's not just for international. I use my policy anywhere. You can use anything over 100 miles away from your home. Travel insurance will pay. Travel insurance kicks in once you're 100 miles away from your home. That's at least with the company that I have my policy through and that I normally suggest, which is AIG or Travel Guard. That's who my policy is through. That's who I get my policies through. And that's who I always suggest. So once you hit 100 miles away from home, travel insurance is valid. Do not, it's like American Express. Do not leave home without it. I know someone who got their passport taken and their son had to come in and kind of finagle to get it back. They were on a cruise. She had a diabetic attack on the cruise while she was cruising. They were at port, I think in Cozumel. And, they gathered her things and left her in Cozumel at the hospital and called her son. And she didn't have travel insurance. They called him. It was emergency. He had to go immediately. And they were like, well, we have her passport because she doesn't have money, blah, 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 blah. And he had to like literally almost steal her out of that hospital, some kind of way, get her passport back and get her to Houston before he could then get her to a hospital in Houston, because that was the quickest flight he could get her. And, from that hospital, to get her out of there, before he was able to get her back home to Chicago. Travel insurance. And I'm telling y'all, if I don't really always recommend vendor insurance. I was just going to say that, Rhonda. I really don't always recommend that because sometimes, I don't care what they say, sometimes they giving out credits, future travel credit. No. Travel Guard is about to say, if the hospital says we need $5,000 in order to, this person needs emergency surgery, we need $5,000 and you don't have $5,000, you can get on the phone with your concierge at Travel Guard and they can work things out. Vacation Express insurance ain't finna work out nothing. So we still just praying on Parachute, right? Ooh, child, yes. No new info. I just told Janice to pray. Cause yeah. And we have to, I think final payment is coming up due. And so we still gotta pay it just in case. But yeah. If it doesn't open back up though, they give us the money back. But yeah, we gotta pay them and not know yet what's what. But yeah, no word from Paris yet. Only word from Greece so far. They have to stop playing Alana because I'm ready to go back. I am ready. Instagram, you have questions? Instagram quiet today. Now, they were talking earlier. Y'all got questions on Instagram? Travel Guard, and what's the other? I don't know because that's the only one I use. AIG and Travel Guard are together. That's the same one. AIG and Travel Guard. Instagram, y'all got questions? Any more questions on Facebook? Y'all know it's my bedtime. What time is it? 8:25. Yes, it is my bedtime. I'm playing super catch up. So if you have emailed me, you might want to do it again because it's probably lost in the shuffle now. So if you email me anytime from March 5th, March 4th through now, and I have not responded. I've tried to respond to everything. So between March 4th and now, shoot, what day do we need to go to Dubai? So probably even before that, but at least March 4th through now, and I have not responded to your email us again or forward us the email again, and I will definitely look at it tomorrow. Y'all know, again, we have had 3 back-to-back trips. And so between doing that and then doing time zone changes and then doing a what is it? Daylight saving time. I don't know what daytime, nothing it is. And so I've been trying to catch up for the last month. And so I'm still doing that. I think I've been pretty good about keeping up with the emails, but sometimes they do get lost in the shuffle. Because y'all don't even want to know how many emails in my email box. Y'all don't want to know. Y'all don't want to know. So if I haven't responded, email again. It ain't because I don't want to. It's because I just missed it. And I will get back to you. Or you can text us. I'm a texter. 866-712-8728. I normally get back to those really quickly because even if I'm out of the country, I can text you back. Sometimes because my phone is with me, but sometimes, like in Jamaica, we were up, walking, moving, working from 8 a.m. to sometimes 9 p.m. I ain't checking no emails because I'm ready to go to sleep. And so then the next day you got 15, 20 more emails come in. Then the next day you got 15, 20. And so by the time I check the emails, it's so many. I'm like, I'll just check the ones at the top. So again, email us again or text me 866-712-8728. I will get back to you this week because I am home working on getting these new trips out. Ski trip, Jamaica, some other stuff. I am home this week. Back traveling next week. I'll be in Atlanta for a full week next week on business. So probably no emails again. So get your emails in this week. And then home for a couple of weeks, and then my son's graduation from college, which I am super excited about. And then back in these travel streets with you guys to Savannah, Georgia. We will talk to you guys hopefully next Monday. I'm gonna do my best. That's the day after Easter. I'll probably be here because, oh wait, that's the day I leave for travel. So I leave on that day to go to Atlanta. So we'll see. Maybe Tuesday. Okay. Holla, y'all.